Hi guys, Luca here from Sabre Airsoft with another bit of tech work. This time it is a Vorsk Hi Capa 5.1. The hop-up was allegedly stuck all the way on. I have fixed this off camera, but I want to show you what the issue was. It's a feature that became a problem, and I don't quite fully understand why it's a feature, but it is apparently. So high cappers, I'm not going to go into the full detail of how to take these down. At this point, they are so common that there are 1,000,001 videos on how to take these down. And well, you can still see exactly what I'm doing. So you should be able to follow along anyway. We've got the spring out. And plus, as I always say, it's a pistol. It's near enough the same every single time. Oh, this bit, though, is annoying. Pulling the hopper chamber out. Okay, so the feature first. Hop up on these guns, on these Vorsk pistols, is adjusted via this dial here. Now, when the dial reaches the midway point, you won't be able to hear it. I can certainly feel it. When it reaches about the midway point there, the bottom of the hop arm falls into a small indent. I'll take this apart and show you in a second. But if that arm that interfaces with that indent and the slot that's in there is out of shape even slightly, it will get jammed on that indent and it won't move. And that's what was happening with this. And I corrected it with brute force and pliers. So if you have that problem where it seemingly gets stuck, pliers is your answer. But I'll show you what it looks like on the inside anyway. It's a very simple takedown, 2 screws. Make sure you keep them somewhere safe. I use this magnetic plate which came with my house. Come on. There we go. Both screws are the same, so I wouldn't worry about mixing them up. Separate the sides, and this is the offending plate. And dial. So we'll look at the dial first. What you can see here, let's see if we can get a bit better light here. Oh, come on. Oh, no, just pulling my light apart, that's fine. There we go. So, what you can see here is this is the slot that the arm interacts with, and you see it gets closer to the center as you go around. And you see this small, teeny, tiny little circle. That's what it interfaces with to signify the midway point. And what interfaces with that, hopefully it'll focus, is this teeny, tiny arm. You'll notice how it's ever so slightly curved. But more importantly, it is curved and both sides of it are level with the bottom of the plate. And that's important. It wasn't, and that's why it was getting stuck. One side was basically pointing into that little indent in the slot, and that's what was causing it to be jammed and stuck on. It was actually stuck halfway, not fully on, but unless you know what these pistols do and how they work, you're not necessarily going to know that. So disassembly, again, very simple. I usually make sure the dial is all the way off. That makes it easiest to get indexed inside. Like that. Just make sure it's lined up on the top. It is. Then marry up the other plate. Get your screws. And I'm sure someone will say, oh, that's classic Vorsk. Yeah, I wouldn't say so. I mean, that can happen on any high capper that uses the same method of applying the hop. It's not just a Vorsk thing. Although, probably more likely to happen on a Vorsk. I don't know. Can't say for certain. Putting this back in, make sure that you don't just go in, oh, why isn't it going in? There is if you consider the diameter of this part here, you'll find that there is a smaller diameter bridge almost halfway around about here that keeps the barrel centered. So when you get to the point where it's not going any further, you just need to wiggle it about until it then gives way, and you're good. Simple as that. Reassembly, same as disassembly, just in reverse. One. And if you're wondering why I'm not giving this full grease, it's because it's actually had one recently. It's a relatively new purchase by this customer. And one of the things I did for him was to give it a quick service on site. Okay. Line that up, in, done. And that's how you fix a Vorsk with a stuck hop-up. Dead easy, right? Sure you can do it next time. Anyway, catch you on the next one.